I'm Rebecca Quaytman, but I'm known as R.H. Quaytman. These are all paintings from different groups of works because I work in chapters. So every time I have a show, it's a kind of new chapter, and that way I keep work connected. And the chapters began in 2001. They're always on these wood panels with a beveled edge. And they come in 10 fixed sizes that are modular. So there's 5 squares and 5 rectangles, and they fit into each other. Geometry that enables me to put together different kinds of paintings next to each other. And hopefully there's a kind of internal communication laterally between paintings. This particular exhibition is a little unusual for me in that it's a combination of different bodies of work, different chapters. Usually I work for a site in a sense, so I'll pick something about the history or the architecture or something about the place and focus on that as a source of images and color. So all these paintings are from different chapters in a sense. So it's difficult because they don't necessarily relate to each other. So I designed this walls as a way to kind of set up an architecture, to set up a relationship between the paintings and make them do other things. So this is a tight 45-degree angle, and I've put this painting in the corner so you can see the edge on the other side. This is again a pattern that I did for a show in Chicago, but these are all the edges of the painting. So it's like a painting in plan, in other words. I didn't want to block the beautiful light in this room. And also I was a little bit worried about hanging paintings on brick. But now that I got here, I realize actually the paintings look beautiful on this brick. Maybe it's just especially beautiful brick. But I had them build this wall, which is kind of circular, and you can go around, and when you walk into the room, you don't see everything at once. I like to sort of set up a progression of paintings, I guess. This painting is from a series of 22 paintings that were all this size that were hung in a V for the secession in Vienna, but now it's taken out of that context, and I try to make paintings, in a way I kind of construct paintings so that they're connected in this very specific way in the installation, but that you also can, when they're taken out of that context, that they function also as individual works. This one I hung under Fortuna, who's up in the skylight there, which this beautiful statue. So I like that it references that a little bit. This is a double painting. Sometimes I hang paintings on other paintings. And this is a pattern called Overshot that I used for this research for an exhibition in LA. And that's a landscape in the Southwest. That's the Angelus Novus that I had the opportunity to see in Jerusalem. And I researched for a year what is the print that the Angelus is on, because it was glued. I noticed when I saw it in the museum, it's glued onto an old engraving here. And finally, after a lot of hunting and sleuthing and detective work, I figured out what it was, and it's Martin Luther. So that was a bit of a shock for everybody that Martin Luther was under the Angelus, because it's famous, because it was in Walter Benjamin's collection, and it's often used as symbolically in many art exhibitions.